Hello everyone, this is Gail from Gail's Upstairs Studio. I hope you're all doing well. A couple of weeks ago, I picked up the new Sharpie creative markers with the brush tips. They also come in bullet tips. And they are new, and I was interested because I love the thought of being able to customize things. And these look like they will fit the bill. I will tell you, I have already played around with it. That is why, unfortunately, this is all I have left of the packaging. I wasn't even thinking, and I threw the rest out. But that night that I bought them, I came home and I did this on the sketchbook. This is a Stillman & Byrne sketchbook, and it's a soft cover, and it took it very well and very smooth. There isn't any bumps or anything on it. Because we don't have the packaging, we've lost some information, but I have looked it up on the Sharpie.com website, and I will read a couple of things to you right now. One of the things that it says is that it is a paint-like ink, an acrylic paint-like ink, and it blends and layers nicely, and you can use it on paper, metal, wood, ceramic, glass, rock, canvas, and more. What it doesn't say is if it's permanent or not. And it does not have to be primed. It's good right out of the box. You will hear, if you shake it, you will hear that there is like a small ball or something in the barrel. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but there is something in there, but I haven't had any activation problems at all. It has crisp, clean lines, and you can write on light and dark surfaces with it, and it won't bleed through on paper. So we're going to test a few of those things out today and have a little fun. First of all, I have some surfaces here. This is regular printer paper, so we're going to try the bleed through thing on that. This is my Strathmore Bristol paper. It's a visual journal with the Bristol paper in it, and you've seen this video if you've watched this channel. I did it a couple of weeks ago. And we're gonna just do like a quick swatching in the back here with that. I think I will use this page. And I have a small glass here and a plastic storage container that I picked up at Walmart. I need a new dog treat jar for my grand dogs, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to try it on that. And we'll see what we can come up with. And I think my final thing will be is I will go ahead and do the cover on my Bristol visual journal. I think first things first is we'll take the black marker, and see, you can hear that now. We'll take the black pen and we will see how it does on this paper. And like I said, this is just printer paper, so if it's going to bleed through anything, it will bleed through this. You can see it has a nice thick stroke, a nice thin one, so you can do some modern calligraphy if you want to. But you can also have a thin line also. And where there is ghosting, it has not bled through. The ghosting is because this paper is so thin, just about anything you use is going to ghost a little. Okay. Now we're going to swatch these out quickly. I won't do the white one because you won't see it, but we'll be using it on a darker surface anyway. I will time lapse this part. These are there's a black, a gray, a red, an orange, yellow, green, and a teal and an aqua, I think. blue, pink, and purple. And I will time lapse this, and I will just write hi every time, and we'll see what we have. So here we are with all of our colors. And the nibs are very nice. They're soft on the tip, but not too soft. And they will break down. Most brush nibs like that do. But that's why I swatched it on the Bristol paper, because it's nice and smooth. And I didn't want to waste the nib just swatching on something that was a little rougher. So that's why we did it on the Bristol. We'll put that to the side for now. The next thing I have is this glass, and I'm going to just use it as a water cup, no matter how it works or how it comes out. So I figured this would be a good, I have a couple, 2, 3 of these that I use for water cups. So we'll just paint like, we'll draw a quick little daisy on it. I'll give you a chance to see the white. It's nice and opaque. You can see it's translucent, but it's not transparent. So that's a good sign. We're going to let that dry, and we'll move on to the next thing, which I think we're going to do dog treats. We'll write dog treats, but I'm thinking we'll do no, we'll do dog treats on here, but we will write it. We'll write it this way, I guess. And I'm going to do this in the lighter and darker turquoise. We'll embellish that a little bit in a minute. And that did a nice job too. There is a couple of places where it got transparent, but plastic, especially very smooth plastic, will do that anyway. So far, so good. I'm going to take the lighter version of that color and see if we can't give a little bit of dimension here. I might have to switch to white. Yeah, that lighter color doesn't show up as much different than the darker, so we're gonna go ahead and highlight that a little bit. And it mixed in a little. Let's see. We'll take our paper here and see if that comes off, and it does. You can just work it off the tip. Okay. And I'm doing this while the letters are still wet. So if you let those dry, you probably wouldn't have any pickup on the marker from the color underneath. There we have that. And I think I will use the black to just do little dog prints. This is just a quick little project. I needed this anyway, so even if this doesn't stick well, I'll still be able to put my grand dog's treats in there. I have 3 grand dogs. My daughter and her husband have 2 Australian Shepherds, and my son and his wife have a mixed breed, and they're over all the time, and they know when they come to Nanny's house they get treats. So there we have it. We have a little dog treat container, and we'll let that dry. Okay, now we'll do the cover of this journal. It's cardboard and it's got a shiny finish on it, and this is basically for lettering and lettering pen swatches and things like that. So we will do a little bit of a label on it. I'm going to use this as, I'm going to trace around it so that I can write inside of it. I think I will do this in green. I'm trying to pick this up without disturbing it, but I can touch it up. Okay, we're going to let that dry for a minute. We're going to go back and check to see how our glass piece is doing, and it's dry. So I want to see if I layer over it with another color, if it will pick up the paint underneath. I'm just doing a little gray highlight here up next to the middle of the flower. And we'll put gray stems in the leaves. I want to go right up in it just to see. Oh, that seems to layer nicely. So far, so good. I think I've said that a couple of times. We'll see how we're doing here. I think we're okay. And this is just going to be a quick, definitely not perfect. I want to use a color I haven't used before. Let's use pink. Not really my usual go-to, but we're just giving a cover some life here. That green one didn't seem quite as juicy as the other ones, but I was able to get pretty good coverage on it. This pink is very juicy. I'm going to go ahead and let the G come right out of the box. Went right over the green paint. Perfectly fine. I do want to do it again because I didn't finish the stroke I wanted. There we go. And you can see there is a difference in how much lays down when you're doing a thin as opposed to a thick stroke. But I have found that with quite a few different pens that I have, whether they are paint or ink or anything like that. And I'm just going in and touching that up, and it's working perfectly. I'm not having any trouble getting that nice opaque finish on it. So that tells me that it's going to be easy to fix something, that a mistake you might have made. Or if you didn't get quite the coverage the first time, you can go right back up over on top of these, I think, by the way it looks. And of course, it's not going to be shiny when it dries. You can tell with the green. It's a matte finish. I forgot to dot the I. There we go. And I think we will just, let's see. We're going to use the green. I don't want to use the green. We'll use the lighter of the two turquoise that we didn't use on the dog treats box. And we're gonna just do some fun doodling, really. And we'll see how the purple works, because the purple is a little darker. So I was just seeing if it would show up good, and it does. And I think we'll try to layer maybe some pink over that. We'll do another one over here. I actually think I would be very interested in getting the bullet tips as well. They come in the same colorway, and I think it would be a very nice way to do details and things. So I actually might do that. I bought the bullet tip when I bought the brush tips, but they were a gift from my daughter, and she loves them. She uses them to label everything in her house. So I want to get some orange in here. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the green. And I don't have any plan here, so it's going to do what it's going to do. Let's start with the orange first. We will just do some little this kind of project is fun sometimes, that you don't have to have it be perfect, and you can have something cute and fun and test something out at the same time. honestly, I think that's what sketchbooks should be for to begin with. It's a way to test things out, a way to try something new, a new technique, a new product, whatever it happens to be. Don't have to be so precious about it. I say that like I don't do that too. I've taken to, if I'm getting a new sketchbook, I don't necessarily get a nice fancy one if I'm just needing one to try something new in or whatever, because it just becomes so hard to want to ruin it. And sometimes when you're trying something new, it's not going to come out the way you want it. It might come out to be a hot mess, and it's easy to get in your head and think, yep, I just ruined a completely good sketchbook, when you just were using one page of it to begin with. I am liking that. Do some yellow centers on the orange. Trying to use a little bit of each color just to see how it goes. We haven't used red yet, so you know what we're going to do? These beautiful purple flowers are going to have red centers, but that's okay. When I'm doing something like this, I could go on and on and on and on and spend hours on it if I had time. So I am going to go back and do a little bit. I'll use white again. Make sure I've got that. I do still have some of that turquoise on the tip of that, but I think I've got most of it now. Make sure I'm mostly... I'm going to lay my hand here and hope I don't get it in any of the things that I've already done. For some reason, this lettering style seems to be what I want to do today, so... That's working wonderful on here. It doesn't dry shiny, but the color doesn't shift when it dries. So you're going to get the same color, but it's going to dry matte. Okay, now we'll go in and we'll put, let's see, we'll put a little bit of pink and the purple flowers. Does seem to layer pretty nice. And I'm going to go around the red with the orange. Now we're getting really loud and crazy, but that's okay. And we'll, you know what I haven't used? I haven't used blue, regular blue, but I'm not going to put that on here, but hang on a minute. We'll see what we can do about that. I will go ahead and put some pink around this one. And we'll do just some blue dots here and there. Looks kind of cool because there's some circular shapes on the actual book cover. So, like I said, I could go on and on for days with that, and probably will at some point, but so that you don't have to sit here for hours and watch me do it, this is what we have. And I will bring this into frame again to show you the other sketchbook I did. And this sketchbook cover is matte as well, so it almost looks like it's part of the sketchbook. So I really liked that. And like I said, I don't know if this is going to scratch off or not. I have a feeling it might, but it's okay because it's just my lettering book. I do want to go back to the dog treat. And I didn't put a lot of layers on here, but they are dry, and I just want to, yeah, see, it scratches right off. It hasn't cured for a long time, but it didn't say anything about being permanent. I will let it dry a few days and see if that makes a difference, and we'll go from there. But now I really hesitate to scratch this one because I'm pretty sure it's going to come off because it hasn't been drying long enough anyway. It is dry to the touch, but I am going to scratch a little bit on the leaf. And it didn't come off as easy as I thought it was going to. So I will touch that up, and then I will let it dry a few days. But like I said, on the website, it says nothing about permanence. So I'm not going to do it, but I'm pretty sure if you sprayed water on that and wiped it, at this point, it would come off. And drying it for a few days would probably make it a little more permanent. And I don't know if you put several layers on there. I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher. We'll put it that way. But one thing I will revisit at Christmas time, I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. One thing I think these will be fabulous for is writing on like the frosted Christmas ornaments. I think that would be fabulous, and I might do a video of that. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget it. So there you have it. That is that dry? Yes, it is. That is my thoughts on the new Sharpie creative markers. I really like them. They perform very nicely for what I do with them, doodling and hand lettering. They're going to be great. And the other thing I didn't try them on was rocks, and that would be a good project to do. I don't know the permanence of them is the only thing. They make no claims on their website about permanence, and it's just a way to customize things anyway. And I think the best way to use them is to customize your sketchbooks, labeling things and stuff like that. I think that would be great. But the colors are great. It would be wonderful if they came out with more. We'll see. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it, and I'll see you next time.